Hey guys, first Regardsman here, and I'll be talking about the premier Maelum Caedo build for Space Marine 2 patch 10.2 on the Tactical class. Now, the Bull Carbine is a very powerful weapon in this game. It actually has a hidden headshot multiplier bonus within like 10 meters, really strong option, and the ammo economy on this class, especially with the perk Emperor's Vengeance, is great, on top of the ammo reserve option. Now, usually you might be thinking this thing only has 2 accuracy. That sounds awful, but we can actually circumvent the accuracy, or the lack of accuracy on the Bull Carbine here with the perk Home Precision. Equipped weapons maximum spread decreases by 50% when firing without aiming. This perk basically turns this weapon's hip fire into a laser beam. Really strong option. I pretty much always take this because it just helps out this weapon so much. And the other perks I choose are things like Headhunter, moving here into the perk Rapid Health. When your health is below 30%, killing 7 enemies in rapid succession restores your health by 10%. This is like the only health restore the Tactical can get whatsoever. Really powerful option, a great option wherever you can find it, but especially on the Bull Carbine, because the Bull Carbine doesn't really struggle to get these rapid kills whatsoever, so it really helps us out a ton. Next perk here is Divine Might, moving up into the perks Headhunter and Headhunter for a 10% headshot damage increase twice over. Really strong options here because headshot damage is basically all that matters on any of the bolt weapons in this game to begin with. Kind of sucks, but it's just the way it is. Now, the next perks I take are Extended Magazine, the perk Divine Might, and Increased Capacity. Moving here into the perk Magazine Restoration for even more ammo economy. And the final perks I grab are Adamantine Grip and the Divine Might perk here for a final 10% damage buff. Now, I will say, if you want to skip over this and just go down the top tree for things like Cleaving Fire into Adamant Hunter, the perk Perpetual Precision, and Recoupment plus Gunstrike Reload, you definitely can. These are also great options, and honestly, you don't need the ammo economy down here that much if you're taking Emperor's Vengeance. But if you want to take something like Steady Aim or the perk up here, Emperor's Judgment, it does help out quite a bit. Now, for the secondary weapon here, I do take the Honorific Relic Tier Bolt Pistol. This is the 3-round burst variant of the standard bolt pistol on the Heroic tier. A really fun gun. I think this is like my overall favorite secondary in the game as far as like fun goes. And the headshot multiplier of all bolt pistols in the game got buffed up a little bit in the patch 10.0 update, and this one definitely benefited from that a ton. Now, for the perk tree, I just go down the top here for all the headshot perks. That's really all you need, and the most important perk here is Elite Hunter. After killing a Majora's level or higher enemy with a melee weapon, headshots deal 50% more damage for 10 seconds. Now, you can actually trigger this off a finisher, not just a melee kill, but keep in mind, to actually trigger this, you do have to have your bolt pistol equipped, because without that, it just won't work. Same thing for while it's active, because if you swap off this gun while this perk is active, you'll lose the effect entirely, which is kind of lame, but just the way it is. Now, for the melee weapon, I do take a block chainsword. I think the block weapons are just the overall best on Tactical, like I've stated before. Now, if you're unaware, all the block weapons on a perfect block will give you a 60% range damage reduction for 2 seconds. Super powerful there, on top of their damage boost and armor restore off of the 2 Adrenaline Surge charges, and armor restore versus Extremis, Majoris, and Terminus is just super powerful, and in my opinion, far better than the armor restore off of Minora's the Fencing and Balance, which is why I prefer these. Now, for the perk tree, I just pick up Perpetual Strength first, so moving here into the perk Swift Recovery, then I pick up Perpetual Strength and Perpetual Strength for a 10% melee damage increase, moving into the perk here Reverberating Impact. Stomp area effect radius increases by 50%. I think this perk is far better for this build than, say, the perk down here Saw Blade that gives us a longer light combo, because we only have 3 speed, which is no longer the one that it was in patch 9.0, but still pretty slow, so light combos don't matter too much for us. This is why I prefer this one. Next perk I take is Combined Onslaught for light combo attack damage here, which really doesn't do a ton for us, to be honest, but we do have to take this, move down here into the perk Heavy Onslaught. Heavy attacks this weapon deal 15% more melee damage. Then I grab the perk Full Throttle for the Full Throttle skip, which I'll put up in the link like here for a little guide on that. This will let you actually like skip straight into the Stomp or Bash. Really useful option. And the final 2 perks are Minora's Slayer and Extremis Slayer for bonus damage. And really the most important one here is Extremis Slayer, because 15% bonus damage against Extremis is super valuable, especially since it helps you kill them a little bit faster with Battle Focus, which you won't be taking today, but still a really strong option if you do want to do that. That's pretty much all there is for the weapon selection here. Now, for the perk tree, I do take Balance Distribution first. Your primary weapon deals 10% more damage, but your secondary weapon deals 10% less damage. Losing secondary damage does kind of suck, but building for full primary damage on a Bolt Carbine is really good. I like building for bolt weapons a lot on the Tactical because it's actually pretty fun, and upping their damage with this and aligned aim feels really good. Next perk here is Heightened Vigor. After a perfect time parry, block, or dodge, you deal 10% more melee and gun strike damage. Do not lose control upon taking heavy hits and cannot be knocked back for 10 seconds. This simply allows you to respond to things you would otherwise be unable to. A 10% melee and gun strike damage buff is just bonus on top of this, and honestly this perk is pretty much mandatory in true solo at times because you will get stun locked without it. Obviously you could take the Relentless Pursuit or the perk here Versatility. They're by no means terrible, this one's just the best. The next perk I take here is Emperor's Vengeance. Killing a Majora's level or higher enemy restores your primary weapon's ammo by 1 magazine, cannot exceed maximum ammo capacity, cooldown is 30 seconds. This perk simply gives you infinite ammo, super powerful option, probably the best option in this tree by far, but the perks Steady Aim and Emperor's Judgment are by no means terrible. Now for the team perk selection, I do take Aligned Aim. Range damage increases by 15% for your entire team. This helps out bolt weapons a lot. It also makes up for that 10% damage loss from balance distribution on our secondary, and I honestly like this perk quite a bit. Secure Stockpile is obviously better because 60-second melt-the-bombs, crack grenades, shock grenades, and even frags are just kind of OP, but this one is just a ton of fun to use. Next perk here is Vital Data. Scan Extremis or Terminus level enemy restores Auspex scan charge by 50%. This perk just gives you so many goddamn Auspexes in this game versus Extremis and Terminus. Really helps out a ton. And next perk here is Precise Calibration to combo over here with the perk Concentrated Fire. When you have these two perks, your boss damage boost is kind of absurd. 75% damage bonus on top of the 120% damage bonus of this, plus a 60% longer Auspex. Means if you properly place it, you just have a stupid damage buff for not just you, but your entire team. If you properly coordinate, you will just nuke a boss in one turn. Really, really strong, kind of broken at times. That's one of the reasons Tactical is such a good support class. And the final perk I grab in the signature perk tree is Radiating Impact. A melee finisher additionally deals significant area effect damage in a 10-meter radius. Cooldown is 90 seconds. Now, this perk overperforms all the time. It is by far the best signature perk in this row. Being able to wipe out an entire Majora's pack, Extremis pack, and deal damage to bosses is really, really valuable. And this one actually just saves your life at times, to be honest, especially versus boss fights by yourself, because blowing up the Majora's or Extremis is often what will keep you from dying in the first place. So I pretty much always grab this. Now, the perk down here, Marked for Death, doesn't do literally nothing, but it is kind of power crept these days because 120-second cooldown for one Majora's or Extremis is pretty terrible, and oftentimes you can't even trigger this properly on the one you want because you're going to be headshotting all the time with the Bolt Carbine anyways. And the perk up here, Signal Jammer, is just awful. Now for the prestige perks here, I do take Acuity first. Each consecutive headshot increases headshot damage by 3% up to 15%. The bonus lasts 5 seconds without a headshot. This really helps out your headshot damage a ton, and we are using a Bolt Carbine after all, so headshot damage is just kind of the bee's knees. I pretty much always grab this one. Next perk here, Skill Supplier. Ammo Reserve increases by 15%. Now, unlike the additional supplies team perk of the Heavy, this one applies to both your primary and secondary weapons, so really, really valuable. And the final two perks I grab are Resilience for more valuable stims and Fortitude for a health increase of 15%. Because health increases in Space Marine 2 are just top tier, and this is like the only tank perk this class has, period. So it really helps Tactical out a lot because you are quite squishy. And that's pretty much all there is for this build, guys. Honestly, this one is very easy to run. You basically just run around and hip fire your gun and point at the guy's head and fire until they go into execute, repeat. And that's really all you have to do because Maelum Caedo just be like that. Hopefully this build guide helped. If you like content like this, subscribe for more. And as always, take it easy, guys.
Magazine.
Alright, this could be a little rough.
Gathering supplies. Changing magazine. Ammunition cache here. Take it to we have it routed.
Pursue and eliminate. We will not have a better opportunity to finish it off.
We are victorious over the Xenos threat.
I think we're about to get the boss spawn here.
Fresh magazine in.
End of November, please have a chat with Saber. Well, that's when the patch comes out, in November.
Subterranean Xenos below us. Subterranean alien pest.
I don't think that's that unreasonable. They did a huge anniversary patch. I would have preferred to come out like a month after because I feel like the heroic drip feed would be pretty good for the game. But I'm gonna save this.
Specs prime.
My least favorite interaction in this game is like fighting 3 of these guys in like a 1-by-1 hallway.
Exterminate. Swapping magazine.
That tank extremist die quick, retargeting weak point. I've been using my super aspects. So he does get a ton of damage on him. Alright, here we go.
Lictor. Sneaky eye fiend. All specs engaged.
That was almost glorious. Almost. We're so close.
We made the lictor disappear. Good. Carnifex must die.
Oh my god. This is a hard fight for a
Reloading. For my brother.
hard spot for this. Having a million sword warriors here does kind of suck ass, can't lie.
Another Xenos bioform eliminated.
Like, we have no easy way past these guys right now without like an AoE.
Prospects deep scan ready. Changing magazine.
There we go. Getting ping pong by that would suck.
Steam injection administered.
Okay, this shit is brutal with all these warriors on us.
Ready to scan. Disgusting tyrannid scum.
It was worse than Path 9.
Rearming. Activating all specs advantage. All specs tagged a burrowing tyranny. Fresh magazine in. Cabinet down. Area cleansed with the foul.
A little sauce. A little sauce, can't lie.
You are fertilizer now, Xena. All specs prime. Swapping magazine.
Okay.
Rearming.
Okay. That's probably the hardest part of that mission. Boss fight should be way
On the
easier.
Allspace.
Final one. Whip Warriors doing work. Definitely. That's a pretty brutal spawn for them right there.
We are after the Xenos
It is not
overlord.
easier.
We cannot run forever.
Talassa, you cut out.
Nothing but static now. Is this the dead zone? Do not worry. When the Hive Tyrant is dead, the Lieutenant will know.
Okay. Here. No horde, that makes sense. We just have like a massive one over there. And then we'll go to the end. Now, if we get frame trapped by the boss, that would suck, but
let us try to head it off.
not too bad.
Reloading.
Have you done the hardly weekly stratagem already this week? Yes, I have. I have indeed.
Fresh munitions. Stay close and sharp. We have it now. For the glory of Ultramar! Swapping magazine. Magazine. Scanning. Fresh magazine. Another Xenos bioform eliminated. That is no death spasm. Auspex deep scan ready. My Auspex side scanner just spiked. Fresh magazine. Shock grenade loose. Swapping magazine. Deploying shock grenade. War gear acquired. Fresh grenade hot. Bets ready to scan.
They didn't even get to move.
Exterminate. Commencing Auspex scan. I will not.
As someone who plays sniper and bulwark, it looks nice to have 400 observes and a gun and pretty much not care about managing your ammo. Definitely is nice. This on easy? No, this was on absolute. Just precise calibration, concentrated fire does insane damage. Did you do it solo or with others? Because I've been trying to do it with some friends. It seems to be impossible to do with others. I did solo. mean, it's even easier with others. We did both. Let's go,